Well, hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do an overview for the drip garden. Some of you guys have asked me for a simple overview that the average person can understand. I've been doing some overviews for the drip faucet, and some of you guys have been really liking that. And yeah, I've had a few requests for me to do a quick overview on the drip garden. So here's a basic explanation of how it works. Now, again, I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. If you are going to get into the drip garden or anything that I talk about, or anything in crypto for that matter, only deposit or risk capital, guys. Okay, there's a chance that you can lose some or even all of your funds with the drip garden. You can even experience decay. I'm not going to cover all those different nuances in this video. I'm going to do a basic overview. So if you want all those details, refer to the white paper on the Animal Farm website. I'll show you where to get that here in a second. But yeah, it's essentially a miner. Okay, you can actually earn up to 3% daily. Now, again, that 3% is not fixed. It's going to fluctuate, and it's going to be dependent on several different factors, which I'll show you here in a second. But it's pretty decent in the sense that you can earn a nice passive income from it, and you can build it up long term. You can compound. I'll show you how to do that here in a second. And it's just a complement to the faucet. Okay, now again, I'll say it again, I've said it before. The faucet is the main deal. That is the main hub. Every other part of the ecosystem, at least in my opinion, um, should come after the faucet. So again, build you a position in the faucet first, get a nice daily passive income going there, and then branch off to the garden, branch off to piggy bank, pig pen, all the other stuff that's going to be launching here in the near future. That's all extra and just icing on top of the cake, with the faucet being the cake, of course. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into this, guys. I'm gonna try to fly through this, guys. So stay with me here. Now it says here about drip garden. The garden is a game where what determines your payout is how often you compound versus how often you withdraw. Okay, now very similar to other miners, you're going to get rewarded for compounding, and you're going to get quote unquote, for lack of a better term, penalized for withdrawing. When I say penalized, you're just going to receive a lower daily passive percentage, as opposed to if you were compounding, you're going to reach, that 3% mark. Okay. Of course, there's a couple of other factors, but compounding will help you. Okay. So timing. While there is a benefit to getting in early, the garden increases buying power over time as the balance of the contract grows, ensuring a fair rate for people who get in later. There are people right now getting into the garden. Like, the garden's been out for a couple of months, and there are people right now just getting into the garden. Okay. Now the contract is verified. It's open source. It's immutable, trustless, and is visible on BSC scan. Once deployed, the contract can't be stopped or changed by anyone, including the dev. All of that just to say that there's no one manually kind of pushing withdrawals out. It's not a centralized platform. It's an immutable, trustless contract. Okay, some of you guys like that, some of you guys don't. I don't know, but for those of you guys that like that, it's a good thing here. So who's it for? The drip garden is for players who want long-term profits and sustainability. When one first deposits, they are buying plants. These plants can't be sold. So in other words, when you make a deposit into the garden, you can't take your funds back out. Okay, you've essentially bought plants, and these plants can't be sold. These plants are now going to start earning for you passively on a daily basis. Okay, so just know that once you go into the garden with your deposit, you cannot pull that deposit out. It's like the faucet. Once you go into the faucet, you can't pull it out. You can earn daily rewards, and earn, and pull your initial out that way, but you can't like unstake like you would if you were in the pools, right? In the pools or the farms, you can stake and unstake at will. This one here, once you put it in, it's in there. Okay. So once you have plants, they will start producing seeds. These seeds can be sold for drip BUSDLP tokens or compounded, so you can grow a bigger garden, thus giving you the ability to produce more seeds. Fancy way of saying that you can take your earnings and just compound, right? Throw it back in. Obviously, if you throw it back in and compound, your position will grow, thus giving you a bigger daily passive income. Okay. So you can earn up to 3% per day. Now, keep in mind that the 3% daily rate is not fixed. It will vary based on several factors, including your personal habits, which is, if you want to withdraw, if you want to compound, all of that affects your daily percentage, but also the community as a whole. As more people go into the garden and more tokens are locked in the garden, the APY does increase with that. That's why you've seen the garden over the last couple of weeks really start to take off, because the TVL, the amount of LP tokens locked in there, is growing daily. I've been watching it, and it's been increasing daily. So the community as a whole, because they're going in, is increasing that daily rate, right? So again, it's not only based on what you personally do, but it's based on what the community does as well. Okay, all of these things, along with a few other things, affect your daily rate. But you can earn up to 3% per day. Now, fees. Let's talk a little bit about fees. The only fee that you incur is transaction fees. Obviously, that's pretty standard. There is a 5% dev fee, but the fee is not paid by you; it's paid by the contract as a whole. All drip earned by the devs will be sent to the faucet tax vault, where it will be used to pay out divs to faucet users, right? People that are in the faucet. Okay. So how often should you compound? The recommendation is at least once per day, but you can compound as much or as little as you want. It's totally up to you. But just know that if you're not compounding, then you're not going to hit that 3% daily. Okay. If you are, then obviously you increase your chance of hitting that 3%. I've actually heard a few people say that it's paying more than 3%. Somebody sent me a message saying that, hey, they were getting 3.3%, which was I got to go back and crunch numbers and look at my garden. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. So again, it's totally up to you how often you should compound. Is the drip garden sustainable? Unlike the typical miner, the garden is part of a larger ecosystem, and it's backed by a strong community. So that's one thing we have with the garden that other miners don't have, is the fact that it's part of an actual ecosystem. Usually when you have these miners, they're kind of standalone platforms, and some of them might have, the same dev team might have 3 or 4 or 5 different miners, but that's not really an ecosystem, right? What we have here is an ecosystem where one contract feeds into the other. One contract, supports the other, right? The faucet, piggy bank, the garden, the pools, they all kind of bleed into each other. And sometimes, what you can earn, and let's say, for example, the garden, you're earning LP tokens. You can take your LP tokens. Of course, you can break them up, throw the drip back into the faucet, sell your BUSD, or you can just take the LP token and put it into the farm, right, or the pool, or the farm rather. But as we get ready to launch that, people are stacking up these LP tokens because they want to go heavy into the farms, in the animal farm, right? So again, lots of ways you can play that. All of that just to say that it's an actual ecosystem, okay, and it's backed by a strong community, okay. Drip, let's face it, Drip has a very solid base, right? It has a solid community, and that's just something that other miners don't have. So these two things, along with a couple of other things, right? It does, in my opinion, make it sustainable. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about the referral program. The referral program is totally optional, of course, just like any other referral program. You don't have to participate in it. However, if you share your referral link, when a new player uses your link, the contract will send seeds equal to 5% of their purchase instantly to your garden. You can then plant the seeds. This is supposed to be seeds, typo. You can plant the seeds or sell them for drip LP. Now, how to get started? You can use the drip liberation contract to add drip BUSD liquidity to PancakeSwap without paying the transaction tax. Of course, if you're a little more savvy, you can go to PancakeSwap and do it yourself. But it's convenient. Just use the drip liberation, plus you're going to save on the tax. I'll show you what the drip liberation contract is in a second here. But that's where you would get your LP tokens. Because some of you guys may be newer to crypto, you might not know how to create an LP token. So you can essentially take BUSD and deposit that into the drip liberation contract, and in exchange, the contract will actually take half of that BUSD, buy drip with it. It'll create the LP token for you, and now, super super duper easy, right? Now you have your LP tokens, and that's what you'll deposit into the garden, because you're depositing LP tokens into the garden, not drip, not BNB, not BUSD. The LP tokens is what you're putting into the garden. So if you don't know how to create these LP tokens, I'm going to show you how to do it super duper easy with the drip liberation contract. This I already just mentioned. So you deposit BUSD, half of it will be used to buy drip. Contract will convert funds to drip BUSD LP tokens. And then once you have your LP tokens, you simply go to the Drip Garden tab. You enter the amount of LP tokens you want to deposit. And yeah, once you're deposited, that's it. You start earning passive income. Congratulations, you're in. Super duper easy. So let me show you. I'll do a little walkthrough here and show you how super duper easy it is. Okay. Now, if you don't have an account with the animal, for not an account, but if you've never been on the animal farm, I'll leave a link down below. If you want to use my referral link, you can. But let me take you over here. Okay, now this is the animal farm. Okay. What you'll do is you'll simply, this is if you go to the garden, right? Click right here. This is the garden. By the way, if you scroll a little bit down here, this is the this documentation tab. You can click that. It'll take you to the white paper. You can read all about the not only all the other aspects of the actual ecosystem, but if you scroll down, you can go right to the drip garden section. This has everything here, so you don't have to go through all of this, but you can go to the drip garden section, which is down towards the end. Here we go. Okay. And you can, read all about it yourself and get all the details. Okay. All right. So let me go back here. So this is the drip garden tab. See here, it's pretty straightforward. You will see how many drip LP tokens you have in your wallet right here. You simply type in how much you want to put in or hit max. Once you do that, you click deposit. And then you can kind of see your stats right here. You can see I have $800 worth of LP tokens right now in my balance. Typically, I'll go ahead and plant those seeds. Give me 1 second, guys. Just plug myself in here. Okay, so I'm good to go. Give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Here you can read a little bit more about the garden. There's some FAQs you can check out. But let me go and show you how to get these LP tokens using the Drip Liberation. So right here, you have a tab right here. It's called Drip Liberation. You click that. It actually takes you to the old animal farm, but that's where the liberation contract is. And very simple, you go ahead and type in, you have to have BUSD, obviously. So I'm assuming that you have BUSD in your wallet. If you don't have BUSD, you can take BNB and go to PancakeSwap, swap it over for BUSD. And then here, it'll show you how much BUSD you have in your wallet. You type in how much you want to put into the liberation contract. Keep in mind that half of that BUSD will go into buying drip, and then you'll get LP tokens. Once you put it in here, let's say, for example, once you type it in, you'll see right here, this lights up. You click supply, you'll go ahead and approve the transaction, and easy peasy, you will have LP tokens. Okay. Now when you go back to the drip garden, once you do this process, right, and literally a click of a button, right? Once you have your LP tokens, once you go to the drip garden, oops, let me go back to the new UI. Once you go to the drip garden, now you will see it's just like any other wallet. It's interacting with your wallet. You're going to see how many LP tokens you have right here in your balance. Then you can type in max, right, or type in the amount, or simply just click max, and then put it right in there. Okay, and now you're essentially deposited in the garden. Now you're going to continue to earn. Now keep in mind, you should, if you want to, get if you want to hit that 3% a day, make sure you go in here, often and compound. Okay, and again, you might have a specific strategy. Everybody's different. Create your own strategy. Some people are compounding 6 days a week, and that they're claiming 1 day a week to lock in some profits and pull a little bit out. Then some people are Some people are just compounding, compounding. They just want to compound to a certain amount, the desired goal that they have. Then they'll start withdrawing at that point, right? With this, other platforms, I usually recommend people to withdraw until they pull out their seed capital. With this one, because of the mechanics and the way it works, I probably wouldn't recommend that. This one here, you do want to compound, okay? And again, you might have a 6-in-1 strategy, or you might just compound until you hit a certain amount. There's some people that are just compounding for the next 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, whatever their goal is. Put that goal in place, and then you can actually track this using DripFi, or there's a couple of other tools you can use to track this, but I don't want to go into that. I don't want to overcomplicate it. This is just a basic overview, just show you how to get in, right? And then once you're in, I'll do some other update videos showing you how to use the DripFi website. And there's this new game, this new Drip Farm. What is it called? Drip Garden Farm. It's a 3D game that's built on top of the um, the Drip Garden, and it just gamifies the whole thing. And again, that thing is already live. Okay, so there's a couple of other tools and games that are built on top of this. We'll talk about that in another video. This video, I just wanted to explain to you what it was, give you a basic overview, and show you how to actually get in, because some of you guys don't know how to get in, and you're looking for someone to kind of walk you through that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check this out. Again, as always, not giving you financial advice. Do your own research, guys. If you're going to get into this or anything in crypto, as I mentioned before, only put in funds you're okay losing, aka risk capital. And that's pretty much it, guys. Follow me on Telegram. I'll leave a link down below. If you want to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell icon. That way you'll get notified every time I do a brand new video. All right, guys. Hope you got some value from this, and I will catch you on the next one. Peace.